Is your middle name Jean?
No, no way. Is there?
Acha, you can hold it, eh?
But it's Pharma, P-A-R, not
P-A-R-A.
Pharma, not F.
Parama.
That's a good
Parmesan.
Parmesan,
Oh,
like the
Oh.
cheese.
Parmesan, like that
No,
too.
Parmesan.
That's what she made today.
I made today's zucchini parmesan. Yeah.
Ah.
That was very clever.
Oh, I understand. What is the difference, you know? This book is what is written in the original is okay. It has no commentary. Two other commentaries have been added with it.
That's the difference. We need commentary, right?
Commentaries, two commentaries are here.
Yeah.
The Anuvritti commentary, this you know.
You know, I had the introduction complete, but he cut it short. He cut it short here.
That's the point.
I had it originally, the
I'm gonna
entire
get one.
introduction.
So is
Yeah.
it- are-
But we
is
didn't
it
know that we'll
$5
get
plus
it.
tax, or is it just
Huh?
$5?
We didn't know that it will be available and we can purchase it. So Sarvadeshaprana ultimately got this one, which you got it now. It is elaborate. It has got some more explanation.
Okay.
I also didn't. I'll have to go to the pages, then you can understand more. Ah.
We will read has to do with the Sri Prabhupada has to do with them also.
It's in the same lineage.
Same lineage.
Guru Parampara, and in that there are many people who are in the same lineage. So, as we say, Hamishananda is Guru, his Guru is Bigyanananda, his Guru is Rama.
We're Puri.
This is Sri Chaitanya coming down from that lineage.
So this book has the same guy on the front.
Hmm.
Is that the
Only, I think,
Sri Upadeshamrita?
same book. Your book is
Yeah.
also Sri
But
Upadeshamrita.
is this the guy who is?
Jiva Goswami is here inside.
That's
Rupa Goswami. This is the Rupa Goswami.
okay, got it.
He is the person. Actually, this is the great disciple of Sri Chaitanya. They are all great people. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, they are not ordinary people. They are great scholars of that time. And they are the ministers of the Muslim government, Muslim ruler that time in Bengal. Dabir Khas, his name was Dabir Khas. That is a special, prestigious position given in the courthouse and their ministry. One is the treasurer of Muhammad Hussain Ali. He was ruling in Bengal that time. So you will read those little stories about their life.
Prabhupada's Isha Upanishad.
They are.
It's very interesting.
No, everyone will write this. Even they have their Vaishnava explanation.
Yes.
Sankara, we are familiar with Sankara explanation, and they are connected with the Vaishnava type of thinking in a dualistic way, how they understand.
Because Sri Prabhupada was ISKCON.
ISKCON.
Yes, yes.
That's
Yeah.
all dual.
That's the Sri Chaitanya's lineage,
Right.
Bhagavan Sri Chaitanya. And from Sri Chaitanya lineage, they are little diversified this way, that way. Come sit here in this chair and this seat. You can sit comfortably. Push it little backward also. Hey, whose bag is this?
That's my bag.
So put it nicely. Some person can sit well. Put under your seat. Under your seat.
How is the Drija doing?
Drija is. Hello. Oh, how do you know us?
Yes,
How do you know about the class?
but you have a website.
Does it say that?
Yes,
4:30.
it says someone has a class. I presume it meant you.
Okay. That's-
We have those books.
Ah,
They're $5 in the bookshop. So we
It's our first day of the new class.
oh,
Hello. Hmm.
Should I, do you have a printout?
Yeah, you can take this book for the timing. You can check on him.
This is the first chapter.
I think this.
But we have several copies. Give that one copy to her. Tal.
This includes the
Ah,
first
yeah,
few
no.
pages, and if what's not there is in this one. I don't know how far we get.
Just we see, we will not move far. You know, my study is not that fast.
The one that's stable.
Just start with that one.
Ah, I thought you can also get one this copy for you. The book has come. 10 books have come. তুমি নিয়ে এসো না ওই কটা বলা 2-4টে বই দিতে
Oh, this one?
আচ্ছা
I got the other one, but then he said now it's this one. Because this one has commentary.
but it has come latest. Our Saradesha Prana brought
How
it
do we get it?
10 copies and she's bringing. We have,
so you bought which one?
did you bought one?
I bought one from Amazon.
Amazon, yeah.
Which will
This may be
come
same.
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's okay. Then you need not have to.
No, but then I'll buy this.
It will be same book probably.
Yeah.
Let
it's the
us
same
come,
thing
let it-
except for
let it
he
come
said
today.
commentary in it.
Today
Yeah.
today you keep it and then we'll see what is that. Okay, so let us start this book now. This is called, we are starting today the new book which is called Upadeshamrita. It is the essential teaching of, it is called Rupa Goswami. Take it, Rupa Goswami. আচ্ছা এখানে ওই পেছনে দিয়ে দাও ওই ওকে দাও ওই জ্যোতিকে দাও
introduction is not complete. They cut it off.
Okay, let's get.
ওগুলো $5 কত বলছে $5
There you go.
You'll see where it is. There, it starts there.
For today, I have
After that
this.
page, he didn't.
ঠিক আছে ওটা এখন রেখে দিন ওটা আপনার এখন লাগবে না ওটা
হ্যাঁ?
থাক না কাছে ওকে লেটস পে অ্যাটেনশন হ্যাঁ so this is a very we can read this. It is called the Rupa Goswami. Rupa Goswami was a pillar in the Chaitanya tradition who brought this spiritual emotion into life. Sri Chaitanya is a figure who brought this bhakti movement. It is flooded in Bengal. Its impact went to the next state, which is called Odisha. And also it went to South India also. Thus, Rupa Goswami belong into the lineage of what you call this, Sri Chaitanya's lineage. And we'll read it and then we'll be, because we are not much familiar with their life. And this is school of thought where devotion is the criterion. And the purpose of life is to enjoy the bliss of God in perfect union with God, with the love, devotion. And there is the question of all these emotional things as we carry in our heart for human love. If that love, that human emotion is transmuted to the God itself, and how that becomes intense, and how that, as in human love, people feel the separation anxiety. I will call separation anxiety. In devotion, Ramakrishna is to feel that same separation anxiety. Whole body will be burning out of heat generated from, as if I cannot bear this separation. So that is the emotion raising inside. And it's a divine emotion when they carry it for the God. And then like Radha, like Krishna. These are the stories. It is said Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami used to feel so much pangs of separation from Krishna that they used to sit and do meditation and prayer. Their body heat would make the the leaves of the tree sometimes get burned. Ramakrishna felt that emotion, high emotion, that he could not bear it. He used to dip himself in the Ganga water. So much heat generating. He used to put wet towel over the head. So much heat used to come out of his body. It gets quickly, within few minutes, dried up. That is not, this called the spiritual emotion. That grows for Krishna. I want to see him. I want to be with him. Why I am now not yet gone there. That intense love for Krishna is so much, and not seeing him or not feeling him, that emotion which comes in human relationship, it is manifested in the highest order. And Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, trained under Sri Chaitanya, they become the most scholarly representative of the philosophy of Sri Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya's philosophy is called Achintya, Bheda, Abheda, Bada. As we say in Vedanta, we call it is Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. No? You call Visishta Advaita Vedanta. This is called Achintya, Bheda, Abheda, Bada. Achintya means what? Which is cannot be imagined. Chinta. Chinta means thinking. You cannot think what is the divine love. Achintya. Bheda, in that love, is there any separation? Yes, in one side, in the highest mood of being in the physical level, I want to merge with Krishna. But Krishna I cannot see. He is not appearing before me. So there is a Veda. He is there, I am there. But is it Aveda? Well, yes, sometimes it is Aveda. Why? When perfect union comes, then you forget. The life becomes soothing. That's why in Krishna, the play of Krishna, there is two aspects. One is called Viraha, means separation. Another is called union. We are reading this morning in the Holy Mother's book. Their Holy Mother's book, it was being said, someone is singing this Mathur. Mathur is a word when Krishna went to Mathura. The pangs of separation, the Broja, the girls of the Broja, of the Vrindavan, felt for Krishna as if their heart was snatched away. That separation, that pangs, that's called Mathur. Mathur is a series of songs which are composed to express that feeling, that intense pangs of separation. That is, tears will roll down, they will cry and weep, and sometimes they will talk to themselves, irrelevant talks like that. That is it's called spiritual inebriation. That happens in them, and that is called Mathur. And when they are ending that song, Holy Mother said today, ask somebody who was singing not to end with that separation. Ask him to sing the union. Ultimately, with this result of this is union. When you love someone, in human love, even if you love someone, you are not seeing him or her, and you feel that separation. It's intense pangs of separation, no? But in one sense, it is a separation. But you are in union because you are carrying him in your heart. So it is called, in one sense, it is separation. Another sense, it is called union. So that is the uniqueness of this divine love, what they are talking. But still, ultimately, you will see the end in Krishna playing, and the Radha and all the ladies who loved Krishna so dearly, they saw Krishna and they started in a mutual dancing, singing, and joy in the Rasa. Rasa. It's called the Rasa. Rasa, the play of Rasa means Rasa, extracting the bliss and joy, and bliss, peace, joy, totally saturated in that love. So that is the theme of this book. So, but we'll read more because I know little bit of this bhakti school thinking only. We love Sri Chaitanya very much. We have read his life, his other authentic books little bit. So we know little bit, but I am not expert in all this. So we'll read and try to understand. So here we find a very introduction. It is translated from the Hindi edition on page 1. It says Sri Upadeshamrita. In Vaishnava literature, what will you find? They will always say Sri, Srila means how to honor someone. You can say, as in West, in America, we say, everyone we call it by name. Vijay. We call Vijay. In India, we could not think that we could call him Vijay. We should, honorable name is Vijay Babu or Sir or Sri Vijay, something. You have to add something, adjective, to give his glory. So here, this book.
I think on Vaishnava, Sri is Mother Lakshmi. So every time they have to have it connected with Mother Lakshmi.
That may be another idea, but major thing is that the honor. You will find, if you read something, then you will find that how they are offering their guru's name. Guru's name is, see, this book, his name is Narayan Goswami, who has translated this and commented this first on the top of the page. Go see the top of the page. Parama,
Yes.
this is the Narayana Swami.
Yes.
Okay? But his adjective starts here. Sri,
Yep.
Srimad, Bhakti, Vedanta, Narayana, Goswami. Again adjective. Goswami, Maharaja.
Maharaja.
So if you actually, what is his name? If you ask, his name is Narayana. But to honor him, we say Sri, Srimad, Bhakti Vedanta. Narayana is the name, and Goswami, Maharaj. As you tell us, no. I say Gyana Maharaj, with honor. Maharaj means honorable gentleman, honorable sadhus. In India, they call Maharaj. So, but in our tradition, we restrict these adjectives, not to use too many adjectives. But we use little adjective. When you talk about our President Maharaj, Srimad, Swami, we add Srimad. In Vaishnava, they will say 108 Srimad, 108 times Srimad.
Oh, wow.
Some will say 1008 times Srimad. It is in the Vaishnava literature, that is a tradition. So you have to understand, don't pay attention to those adjectives.
Yeah.
Adjectives are given to honor, as the honorable person. And how honorable? Uma. He's honorable, he's more honorable, more honorable.
Well, yeah, there's that guy, Sri
Sri
Ravi Shankar.
Sri Ravi Shankar.
Yeah, so he couldn't just be Sri Ravi Shankar.
Or
right?
maybe Ravi Shankar.
He wanted to.
Yeah. All names, in Indian names, they put Sri for the men
Right.
and Srimati for the women. It is an honorable, respectful name. Sri, and Sri is also name of Mother Lakshmi, as Panchatapa said. Sri is the name, Sri Jantra. It is Lakshmi, Mother Lakshmi, that what you call the designer. Anyhow, so it says Sri Upadesham. Even the book is Upadesha Amrita. Upadesha means advice. Upadesha. Amrita means nectar. Nectar like advice. Nectar like advice. So this book actually, if we look in the
Sri means, I think, holy mother, Sri Ma. Sri Upadeshamrita.
yeah.
Like holy Upadeshamrita. If you say holy Bible, you can say Sri Bible.
Yeah, but that is the. I'm saying that the Vaishnava tradition, we sometimes use these adjectives too much. So
Are you saying that this the guy who wrote the book is a disciple of Sri Chaitanya?
Sri Chaitanya's lineage.
So
Yeah.
how come they didn't put Chaitanya's picture in here?
Yes,
All
it
these
is
other
there.
guys
It is
right
there.
here.
Go. You will find it.
That's Chaitanya? I thought that was the other guy.
No. Let me see if there's Chaitanya. No, Sri Chaitanya there. No. Sri Chaitanya they have not given. They give
don't
so.
have pictures of Sri
They put it at some point. I
They
saw.
give so much emphasis to their own guru. Probably they forgot to give. So Sri Chaitanya, that picture should be given, but I think you are correct. I don't find the photograph of Sri Chaitanya. Hey, the Narayan Maharaj means who has translated this. That is this song. And composer is this one. Composer Swami is this one.
Okay. Yeah, that looks very much like the same picture that's in here.
Yeah, it is Rupa Goswami.
It's in black and white.
It is called the Rupa Goswami. Sanatana Goswami,
And he's
Rupa
on the
Goswami.
cover too.
They are the actual
Main
two main pillar of this school of Vaishnava thought.
Yeah, and he kind of has that Hare Krishna haircut, right?
They have made it.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna people will make them Hare Krishna, look like Hare Krishna.
Oh, so the Hare Krishna modeled it after him.
Yeah.
Well, they made it look like
Yeah.
They will always make a konti, you know, you are where all the Vaishnava devotees, even now you go to Hare Krishna, they put some beads around the neck. It is called konti. Kantha is this is kantha, the throat, which goes around, it is called kanti.
Mhm.
Kanti is given by the Guru as an honor that you are a devotee, recognized as devotee. That's why this kantha,
Oh, so he
you can
has
find
that.
around the neck, that is kanti,
This is Tulsi.
and made of tulsi beads.
Made of tulsi. Yeah, that's why I got these.
Yeah, tulsi beads. And Vedanta uses rudraksha beads.
Yeah.
Rudraksha type of bead is Shiva.
Hmm.
Shiva, Vishnu. But we in Ramakrishna, we are all reconciled.
But we could do both.
We use both. That's why I'm saying we all reconcile. In Ramakrishna, you will find everything, no problem.
Yeah.
Whatever is your money.
See, this guy's wearing Rudraksha beads.
No, it's Vallabhacharya. Yeah.
It looks like it.
Yeah.
The,
But they have
the
something about that.
Prabhupada was
They're
the
bumpy.
Same.
founder of ISKCON here
Yeah.
in this country.
And that's why they have put it here. People know him more. Bhakti Vedanta. All are Bhakti Vedanta.
No. She's bumping those.
Bhakti Vedanta. Here is also Bhakti Vedanta. Bhakti Vedanta. Acha, now let us go into this.
Should I go to the toilet, please?
Huh?
The toilet.
There you go.
Yeah, you don't
Leave
need
the book.
permission.
It is a new book. Don't put it open like that. It goes back to the bookstore.
Yeah.
Acha. So let us read quickly.
Okay.
Sri Upadeshamrita is highly revered in the Gaudiya Vaishnava spiritual community. It's called the Sampradaya. Sampradaya means lineage. In the tradition of Gaudiya Vaishnava. Gaudiya means which originated in Gaur. Gaur means Bengal. Sri Chaitanya originated with Sri Chaitanya's advent. That spiritual tradition, it is respected in that community. That means you go to what you call Prabhupada's center here, you'll find they follow these principles. Resplendent with the inner sentiment, they're describing who is Sri Chaitanya. Resplendent with the inner sentiment, Sri Chaitanya, whose heart is full of the light of illumination, or thinking of Krishna, the light. Outer complexion, Sri Chaitanya is called the combination of Antah Krishna, Bahir Radha. Radharani, the love, is the outer coating. In Krishna, outside, Sri Chaitanya is crying, Krishna, 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 like Radha. But internally, he is absorbed in Krishna. So, in one body, the dual play going on. Radha, external, that's why crying, weeping, torrential tears used to come like that. When Krishna hears, that is the external attitude we find in Sri Chaitanya, that he's always crying and weeping for God and God and God. But internally, he is that Lord Krishna himself. So internally, with a spiritual community that is resplendent with the inner sentiment. Always you'll find this definition. If you understand this word about Sri Chaitanya, then that is the real explanation. Sri Chaitanya's inner reality is Krishna, and outer is called Radha. That's why this is the dual spiritual entity in one body. It is said when Krishna and Radha they played, there are two entities. Krishna is Krishna, Radha is Radha. Radha is craving for Krishna and to unite, Jivatma trying to unite with the Paramatma. But that intense attraction, how can it be felt in one body? For that purpose, Sri Chaitanya was incarnated. So therefore, this is the definition of Sri Chaitanya. So outer complexion of Sri Radhika. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the inaugurator of the congregational chanting of Sri Krishna's holy names. It is called the Nama Sankirtan. Even now you can go to Hare Krishna, you live very close. They always engage in Nama Sankirtan. Nama Sankirtan, our Louis does always Nama Sankirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare. They will go on chanting continuously in different modes and tunes, and so that creates an ambience. Started by whom? Sri Chaitanya. That is the point. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the inaugurator of the congregation. This type of chanting he started because there is a historic reason. Historic reason was that was the Muslim regime, and as wherever Muslim regime starts, they choke the voice of other religion, and all should be Muslim. You cannot chant. Hindus used to chant out loud. The ruling came, no, that disturbs our calling upon Allah. So it is to be all stopped. No one can chant out loud the name of the God. And that message went to Sri Chaitanya. And he was a great scholar before his taking this form of humble bhakta, devotee. So he sang out loud when he heard that this is the dictate of the Muslim king. So he started, and then people come, and because he is a spiritually illumined person, they come like Ramakrishna and sing and dance with him, and gradually the congregation grew and grew and grew. And one day, in the evening time, they chased the Kaji. Kaji means what is called the court lawyer, not lawyer, judge. Judge of the state, district judge or whatever, Supreme Court judge. Or he give that fatwa. Fatwa means that's instruction.
Edict.
That no one in this area or in this country can out loud chant name of God excepting Allah. And that was given. And as a protest to that, Sri Chaitanya gathered, and thousands of Hindus joined in that procession, and he was in the lead part. With the samar, with the drum and cymbals, as the Vaishnavas do. So they are all chanting, and they entered into the house of that. It's called the judge. And then when he went there in the judge, say, and he was so afraid, seeing thousands of people have come, they thought that they'll attack us. But Sri Chaitanya then begged to the guard that he's my uncle, because his father was a friend of this Maulavi. They studied together. All this came because of fanaticism afterwards. But he said, I came to see my uncle. And uncle is not coming out. What's the matter? I want to see him. And then with much request, he came out and he said, what is the problem? If we chant out loud God's name and we find joy, is there anything wrong? And that judge then withdrew the order from that. So that time onward, this Nama Sankirtan became so much popular. And that became popular in Bengal. Even if you go to Bangladesh and other, it is major impact is this Nama Sankirtan. Harinam, they call it Nama. And see, they have put Sri also behind that. Oh, Sri means honorable. You cannot say Nama Sankirtan. How to glorify it? Sri Nama Sankirtan. Always put Sri.
So they call it the
Sri-
Maha Mantra.
Mahamantra. Mahamantra.
That should be translated as holy.
Sri is holy. For everyone's Hindu name is given Sri. Means what? Honorable or it is holy. Everyone is holy.
Holy Mother, Sri Ma.
Sri Ma. And the bestower of the most elevated, radiant, divine love for Sri Krishna. This Mahaprabhu can bestow us the same love for God, Krishna, that had never ever been given before. For the benefit of all living beings, the Srila Rupa Goswami, whose photograph you find on the left side, that this charmed the ocean of Mahaprabhu's instructions. What he instructed all through his life, Mahaprabhu, that was collected, and he took the essence of those and extracted the essence in the form of this book, which is called Upadeshamrita. Again, they have put Sri. So anyhow, we can avoid the Sri with all respect. You can keep your respect, but need not have to say all the time Sri, Srimad, 108, 1008. We'll go to that. When you see that they'll be praising their Guru, see the name will be how long? Two lines will be the name of their Guru. But name is only one word. Acha. The instructions given in this book are indispensable for practitioners. Those who want to love God, that type of people, these are instructions of devotional path. So you want to follow the devotional path, this book is indispensable for the students. Without following these instructions, entering the realm of pure devotion, and especially following the intricate and elevated path of spontaneous devotion, is not only difficult but impossible. Two types of bhakti is there. We all know. What is two type? Who can say? What is two type of bhakti?
Parabhakti.
Para bhakti is the raganuga bhakti. What is written here? Spontaneous devotion. But that precedes regular practicing bhakti. What is apara bhakti or vidhi badhiyo bhakti? Vaidhi bhakti. Vaidhi, Vaidhi. That's called Vaidhi. Vaidhi means following the rules and regulations. You have to bring the flowers, you have to clean the place, you have to bring a sandal paste, you have to wave the incense. These are called vidhi. But the rules, following the rules, you start your devotional practice and it matures into a spontaneous devotion for God. That is the goal. Ramakrishna was in the para bhakti, raga anuga bhakti. That's the two term. You get it? Please note down this. In the italics, they have given in the middle of in the bracket, in the first bracket. So, this book is essential for the students who want to learn bhakti and mature into the raganugami, spontaneous bhakti, which will come out of your own volition. You need not have to think of. Now we go to temple, we create our devotion. To create devotion, we wave incense. To create a feeling that I am come to a holy place, the Lord is sitting in the altar and I am offering flower, I am offering chant, I am sitting before Him. So we are creating this emotion to create a relationship with God, and practicing these instructions, what we'll go for, that says you ultimately will enter into a state when your devotion will flow spontaneously, like Ramakrishna, crying, weeping, and Mahaprabhu we can understand seeing Ramakrishna. Mahaprabhu was a story of 500, how many years? 582 years or so. 500.
1436. 1486. 1486 he was born.
So it's about more than 500 years. Just little over 500 years. But Ramakrishna is only that day. So in the life of Ramakrishna, we can see what Sri Chaitanya's life was like that. We can get a glimpse of that. Now, we learn from the diary of Govinda Dasa. Well, who is the Guru's Guru maybe? See Govinda Das? They have given the name Govinda Das here. Who is Govinda Das? No. Bhaktivedanta Vamana Goswami, Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami. There is no picture. Are said Chaitanya Chaitanya? You don't know Chaitanya Chaitanya who wrote? It is not this. His name is Kaviraj, Krishnadas Kaviraj. The composer of Chaitanya Chaitanya. Chaitanya Charitamrita, right. Right, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is Krishnadas Kaviraj. Now, we learn from this diary of Govinda Dasa, the personal servant of Prema Avatar, that means incarnation of divine love, Sri Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya, his disciple was Govinda Das. Understand? You don't get more. But just nod your head so that I understand that what I am telling is getting it. Actually, Sri Chaitanya's direct.
So here is that
I don't know to go that, then I'll not progress anything. I wanted to finish the introduction today so that I don't go into details. This whole history is there. They are all great souls. They are live, they are all this. But you can read it online, you can find all this name. So Govinda was the disciple of Sri Chaitanya. And Govinda, in his diary, note what he wrote, that prior to returning to his eternal unmanifest pastimes, Mahaprabhu remained constantly overwhelmed in a highly inflamed mood of divine separation. That I was talking about so long. He said, because he used to serve Krishna, he used to serve Sri Chaitanya. You read, go in page 1. We are reading in page 1. If you read in the middle, you will not understand them. So here he says that prior to returning, Sri Chaitanya, prior to returning to his eternal abode, in unmanifest pastime, Mahaprabhu remained constantly overwhelmed in a highly, that is called the Suuddipta. 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 Uddipta means inflamed. Uddipta. So Suuddipta is, his heart was burning in the flame of love. That type of emotion. That is of that what? Of separation. Krishna used to, for this Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya, used to live in that state of consciousness where his heart was inflamed, as it were, of the fire of separation from Krishna. So he used to live, as Ramakrishna Ajay said, he used to live in that divine consciousness always. So Mahaprabhu was like that.
How did Chaitanya die?
Eh?
How did Chaitanya die?
Oh, that is a mysterious story. Three philosophies are there. One is that he used to go to in that ecstatic mood. Probably he went for taking a deep into the ocean. The last period of his life he lived in the Puri, Jagannath's place, holy Jagannath, Odisha, the state of Odisha on the ocean side, and there is even you go, Sri Chaitanya's it was like Dakshineshwar of Ramakrishna. Sri Chaitanya lived the last part in Puri. And when he went there, one day probably he was in ecstatic mood. He fell down in the ocean and they swept away his body. And some say that after some time, his body was received by some fishermen who caught in the net. This is one type of. Another is said the priests in the Puri temple were very jealous about him because he, like Ramakrishna, was a subject of jealousy to other priests because he gets so much favor from the king. As the landlord of Dakshineshwar was favoring Ramakrishna, so the king of the three states of Bengal, Odisha, and Bihar, it was united in one king. And that king, Prataprudra, was so much fond of Sri Chaitanya that he took discipleship. And the other priests were very jealous of him. they say that he was beaten to death in the Puri temple itself by the jealous priests, and they destroyed the body somewhere. That's the second opinion. Third opinion is that he entered into the temple and he went into such an exalted mood that he disappeared and merged with the God, that is Jagannath. So these are the three views. Most probable, we can think that probably he was in samadhi state on the beach, and the wave came and he was swept away. That is the and God knows, maybe jealousy or other. These are the three views about his passing away. Sri Mahaprabhu,
Chaitanya,
Sri
who
Chaitanya.
is the original guide, this guy's teacher. He who wrote the book learned from Chaitanya.
But,
At that time, Mahaprabhu's two intimate eternal servitors, Swarupa Damodar and Sri Rai Ramananda, would try. The Swarupa Damodar, there is one devotee of Sri Chaitanya, and Rai Ramananda, he was a great scholar and he became a disciple of Ramananda. Rai Ramananda, he met him in southern part of India. They would to try to pacify Sri Chaitanya by singing verses that were relevant to his mood. Sri Ramakrishna used to do the exactly same thing. When he used to go to this mood, he used to ask the kirtan, the singers, to sing that type of emotion which increases that divine inebriation for God. So they used to sing and talk, these two disciples used to talk in front of Sri Chaitanya about that intense separation point of love. On one occasion, Mahaprabhu was sitting with his devotees on the shore of the ocean, as I said, on the ocean, and he was engaged in hearing narration of Sri Krishna. Seeing the dense grove of trees lining the shore of the blue ocean and the tall sand dunes, remembrance of Govardhana hill and the Yamuna river, with many beautiful gardens and groves situated on the banks, suddenly sprang up inside him. Then he began bitterly weeping in separation from Krishna. When after some time his excitement subsided, he became peaceful. He gave the assembled devotees some instruction in a soft and sweet voice. Those instructions comprise the verses of the Upadeshamrita, what we are going to read. So one day, these two stories we got. This Narayan Goswami collected all these essential teachings. Sri Jiva Goswami, he collected the essential teachings of this Sri Chaitanya, and that is called this book. And another version we got that one day Sri Chaitanya was on the bank of on the beach of in the Indian Ocean, and that is on the Jagannath temple. So he was there, and he was in high inebriated mood of spiritual emotions. Then these two disciples, what is the name? We just read. Swarupa Damodar
And Sri Raya Ramananda.
and Ramananda. These two, then they used to talk about such high emotional things, and then that in that mood, when he came back into the consciousness, that time Mahaprabhu himself gave some instructions, which are this book comes from. This is the history. Now, from the very beginning, it is compulsory for sadhakas desirous of entering in the realm of bhakti to renounce activities that are unfavorable for progress in spiritual life. As you know, people think that bhakti is very easy. Bhakti is not so easy. Here is also restriction. Vedanta is too hard. No, Vedanta is not too hard. Same principle. Same principle. You have to give up something for God. It is Brahman. It is Brahman with form or without form. The basic conditions are same. So you should be avoid unfavorable to spiritual path. Avoid those. those people, those associations, those activities, those type of thought. And then you associate with good people, spiritual people who can give you inspiration and who you get enriched by their spiritual life. So this is the fundamental condition. So bhakti renounce the activities that are unfavorable for progress in spiritual life. These include what? You see, very strong words are here. And we'll read that in the Sanskrit verse. You want to be a bhakta, you have to renounce all these things. Only Vedanta say, oh, Vedanta is too hard. Renounce everything, renounce everything. All Maya, all Maya, all Maya. What they are talking about? See, these include the urges of the mind. I want. Not that. But God wants. The urges of speech, anger, urges of the tongue, eat this food, that food, and gluttony. No? Stomach, the same. Genitals, as well as avoiding overeating, unnecessary endeavors, useless conversation. How much you spend? Useless conversation whole day. If you want to be bhakta, you have to talk about God. So yeah, I am in the world, I'll have to do. Okay, you have to do, then you are not a bhakta. You are a bhakta, you will talk about God. So these are all restrictions to be a bhakta. People don't go into those details. People only think that I will be a bhakta, I will be a jnani. No.
Well, this is good for any of the paths,
Any
right?
of the
Yeah,
paths. Jnani, you want to be a meditator, you need that.
yeah.
You want to be selfless service, you are in karma yoga, you will have to do all this. Keeping all these urges and passions fulfilled and God. It is neither the teaching of Christ, neither teaching of Mahaprabhu, neither teaching of Vedanta, Shankara, neither teaching of Vallabhacharya or this and that. Yeah, this always you have to shun certain thing which is detrimental for spiritual growth and development. Man, and protect your spirituality to have some favorable environment. But we need not be very upset because we are not perfect. But that is not the point. It says, as much as you love God, these inclinations will be reduced. It will be less attractive, less pull. You will feel less pull. That's why Ramakrishna gave the example. Love God more. Don't think about I have lustful eating. I like this, I like that. Yes, let them be. But it will reduce. Don't pay attention to that side. Move towards God. So that is the spiritual growth. So here, first condition, you have to avoid certain things which are detrimental in the past. Why? Because it takes away our mind.
Right.
When we are eating, our mind goes for eating. When for sense pleasure, mind goes into the sense pleasure. Where is God there? So that's why it is said, try to reduce and increase love for God, increase love of this dual journey. You cannot stand on the east and say, I will reach the west.
Do they have this like rule book somewhere? The Bhakta, is there like a Bhakta rule book somewhere?
Bhakta?
Rule book?
Yeah,
Rules?
we'll read that.
Okay.
That is the very first verse we will read there.
Okay.
And that we go for in
It's okay.
there will be beginning. In Vedanta books also they say, you want to be a student of Vedanta? Are you a competent student? Adhikari too. Who is a competent adhikari? Apatato digato akhilo vedartha. And that is Vedanta. You want to learn Vedanta, you have to know the scriptures, understand a little bit of the overall meaning. Like that. Here also, these are. Unless a useless conversation, improper compliance with the rituals and regulations of devotion. Improper compliance means only doing some rituals which is unnecessary, adding more and more into it, rather to create devotion. You are offering flower for what? For your devotion to increase, not to make a showpiece
Right.
of your decoration.
To compete with the
Compete with who decorated better, my decoration is less. That is your focus is on decoration, not on God. If you go to the Hare Krishna temple, I was once, when I first came, I went there. Decoration is how much? I remember that night. It was Krishna Jayanti.
Mm.
And Krishna
The big day.
went to sleep. No, he has been fed and Krishna is not opening the door. And the announcement coming, Krishna is now will not show anyone his face unless $10,000 is raised now at this point, and this $10,000 is needed for Sri Krishna's dress. The old dress is old. This new year is coming. He needs all the new dresses. And then immediate, please, 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 please. And I waited how long it, this was for my past experience happening in my life here. And I found that about 5,000 came. And then again the priest said, the temple door is not opening unless we get 10,000. And at least please, you don't give them check now, please, please, please. And ultimately when it 10,000, it came up to 10,000, then only the door was opened.
Wow.
And 10,000 is needed for what? The dress of the Krishna, morning dress, noontime dress, after breakfast dress, after before going to bed dress, night dress, all this dress and decoration, that is needed for $10,000. $10,000 is a matter of joke. But that was needed. That means, are you focusing on the dress or are you focusing for him whom you love? So this is the point we sometimes miss. I'm not criticizing them, but that is the way our ritualistic devotion takes us. So you have to shun that. That is the point. This is a text of the Vaishnava text. I'm not teaching the Vedanta text, but they say they should have to shun. And writing their authoritative people from their school, their tradition, their genuine people are writing this. Simultaneously, it is imperative to adopt those things that nourish one's bhakti, such as enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, I will have to do more japa. I have to sing more glories of Lord. I'll do prayer, more prayer. I'll sing Sankirtan more. No? So this enthusiasm. After doing half an hour, I'm tired. No. You have to do it more and more. Enthusiasm should be the enthusiasm. Then it is called the determination. I'll reach the goal. I'll never leave it. Determination, reach the goal of love. Patience, dvaijat. It is, have patience. One day I did, 2 days I did, bhakti didn't generate in me. I don't see God. I don't feel any emotion, higher emotion. Give up. No. Hold on. Be patient. 1 year, 2 years, till you die. So this patience is necessary. There is no difference between bhakta and jnani. The primary conditions are the same.
Is the similar thing to japa?
Well, same. Whatever you do, it should be patient. You should have patience. Not to lose patience within. Many people say, oh, I am a bhakta for 10 years. And bhakta for 10 years, what did you do? I am doing japa for 50 years. For 50 years, what? What happened? You are only counting here. Is it touching here? So this is the point. Then emphasizing the good behavior associated with bhakta, with the bhakti, and the ideals for devotional life that have been established by pure devotees. So you have to follow their path, the good devotees in the lineage, no? Those really who take the name of Lord, their tears roll down, their body, hair stands in horripilation, the sweating comes all over the body. That is the end effect of this devotion. So you cultivate that. Go and sit with them. Do meditation. One Swami was there. He was a young man, but then before coming to Belur Math, he met many sadhus. He told me one story that he used to go to one Swami, it's a Vaishnava Swami. He saw that he won't allow anybody to come near him when he's in his practice going on. So but he was a young boy, very dedicated to God. So he used to allow him. He said, I came and sat before him and I saw all the divine expressions of joy coming in his body. His tears are rolling down the cheeks like that, in joy, and repeating the name of Lord, muttering like the mouth is always flowing. The whole body is sweating sometimes. The hairs are standing like that, out of joy and thrill. There's also, it's called 8 Sattika Vikaro, 8 noble, the expression of love for God. That is, one is called the horripilation, another is the tears, this sweating, and then trembling of the body happens out of the high emotion. And so these are the different ways which manifest it. So you go with them. Unless you be very close to the sadhus or the practitioners, how do you develop your life? It is a theory. It is a theory only we are talking about. But you have to be practicing at the same time searching that type of holy people.
Swami, the 8 noble, what is
I forgot. It is called Ashto, 8 Sattika Vikara. So 8 Sattika Vikara. Then I have mentioned 2 or 3. Then I forgot the other 8. And 4 I have mentioned. One is tears, another is horripilation, another is sweating, another is trembling of the body comes. But tremor. But that is not good. They restrict afterwards. But out of the high emotion, body starts shaking like that. It does not stay all the time, but it comes, this is a flow of higher devotion. After progressing somewhat, one should engage in 6 kinds of devotee association. Give appropriate respect to the 3 levels of Vaishnavas. The Vaishnavas means those who have attained devotion. There are senior devotees who have achieved their goal. So give adoration to them, respect for them, give appropriate, and serve them accordingly. Sadhu seva, that's another thing to get. Spiritual growth happens. Serve the holy man. If you serve the holy man, it's our tradition also. 8, tell me. Come, tell me. What are the 8 Sattika Vikara? Now Google gives us everything. So I cannot progress. That's why my reading does not go. Acha. Sattika bhavas are involuntary bodily transformations resulting from spiritual emotion. And they are 8 in number. Paralysis means you will be sometimes like dead. Ramakrishna used to go in such mood, like a paralysis. Then tears. Then perspiration, I have mentioned. Change of color. The body color will change with high emotion. Fainting. Sometimes you get totally, Sri Ramakrishna, going into fainting state. No? Doctors come and don't find any heartbeat even. Fainting. Horripilation. Trembling and stammering. Stammering. When you talk, stammer. You are trying to say something. Ramakrishna used to do. Utter. He is uttering something inaudible. Others cannot understand. But he's trying to say something. His muttering is going on. So these are the expressions of the 8. These involuntary symptoms are common when they manifest as a result of material emotion, such as, I need not have to go. Singing the name of Sankirtan. Such occurrence signal the beginning of life of eternal spiritual emotion in which one's mind is saturated with bhava. This is the spiritual bhava. And now, so finally, while residing either physically or mentally, the Vaishnava things, if you go to the holy land of Braja, Vrindavan, Braja means Vrindavan, and following the footsteps of the devotees who possess deep love for Krishna, you follow. There are saints who are day and night absorbed in the name of God, and follow their footsteps. Don't follow your own way of practice. And Krishna, and who are adept at releasing the devotional mellows of Braja. That means who can enjoy the rasa, the sweetness of being in the Braja. One should constantly engage his tongue and mind in chanting and remembering the Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastime. We also say that, no? Think of Ramakrishna, form, think of his divine sport, Leela, think of his divine form, and think of his qualities. Every day, so they live in that consciousness. The bhakta, the devotee, live in these 4 practices. meditating on the form of Krishna, seeing the beauty of the Krishna's divine luster, and then the quality. Krishna is who? The Lord of the universe. He is the creator God, like that, and also pastime. Oh, Krishna played here in this place. This is the spot. Krishna was with the cowherd boys in the early childhood, had this. In the Bhagavad, there are many depiction of these stories. Think of that. This is the way to grow in devotion. Just as Srimati Radha is most dear to Krishna, similarly, her pond, Radha Kund, in Vrindavan there is a place called Radha Kund. Kund means a lake dedicated to Radharani. You think of that. That's the holiest of the holy place for the Vaishnavas. Because Radharani lived there and cried and prayed and had the vision of Krishna. And also most dear to him. Therefore, practitioners of bhakti must certainly take shelter of the embodiment of the ultimate devotional ecstasy, Mahabhava, Srimati Radhika and her form. So you think of Radharani and think of the holy spot where Radharani did her days passed in the crying for Krishna, Krishna. Sri Radhakunda, that is, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu completely preserved this topmost essence of all instructions within the verses of this book. Okay? Now he talks about this Rupa Goswami. Next day we'll read. Huh?
It's time to go.
So you will have to prepare a little bit, because take the book, because it is, if I go on explaining every line,
I know.
that is my nature. But you have to help me to get out of it by giving some input.
Okay.
If we read it before, then you can give it. And now Google is helpful.
Yeah.
Anytime you press Google, and it will give all the instructions. Only we read only one page,
Looks
two
like
pages.
it's gonna be a good one.
Yeah. So you have two books. Huh?
Yeah, I have lots of books.
No, this book you bought two.
That one's for you. I have one.
So I keep it, and we can return these two.
Yeah, you keep it.
Sure. Let us go for a cup of tea then. Hey, give the books. Hey, how many books you bought from her? How many books you brought from here? Three books you take back. And next day they can have it. They can have. Oh, he's giving money, so put the money inside and give it to him, so that.
না 5:30 জায়গায় তো আত্মা কখন বাড়ি চলে গেছে
আত্মা চলে গেছে, আপনি দিয়ে দিন, ও দিয়ে দেবে। আপনি কেন, আপনার বইটা আসুক না, উনি তো একটা নিচ্ছেন, একটাও নিন, এটা অফ করুন। হ্যাঁ, আপনি আর এটাও নেবেন কেন, এটা আনছেন তো।